Hello and welcome to the Build with Bear workshop. My name is Pat Baer, and whoop, uh oh. Okay, so everything's fixed and everything's fine. I don't know why that happened. I do know why that happened. Look, I know why that happened. It's because I have multiple tabs open of the dashboard and the regular Twitch channel. Now, while those weren't paused and muted, I don't know why neither that happened. Why both of them were autoplay and had volume on. That's silly. Either way, it's fine. Everything's cool. Welcome. Now, Davis is in there in the chat, already threw the Bear Cave emote. If you're a subscriber, throw that emote up there. Let me know that you're here. I want to thank everybody for joining me. So, Davis and also Lashbrook, I got the mailbag items you sent me. I shot a video. I'm going to put that video up on Monday. So Lashbrook and Davis, thank you very much. Each of you purchased a kit off my Amazon wish list, which got delivered. And I'm going to put a poll up for my $10 Patreon backers to vote on which kit I should build next. I will then build the other one directly after that. But because I got two that came in at the same day, it's only fair that I let my the $10 Patreon supporters vote on what I build next. So that's what's going to happen. Thank you very much, Davis. Thank you, Lashbrook. Thank you, Adam and Steven, for that. Figured I'd put the class action lawsuit Amazon gift card to good use. Well, then, Davis, I'm happy you got that class action lawsuit money because a lot of times they don't bank on people following through on that. So I'm glad you stuck to your guns and got the job done and got what's yours. But also, yeah, thank you for spending a little bit of money on me. Uh, Drew Type says it's been a few weeks, but I'm finally back in chat. Hello and welcome, Drew. Welcome to the party. We are waiting for a few more folks to join us. Maybe a couple more people want to pop into the stream before we start going in hard on working on our Buster Gundam. Here's our Buster Gundam right here. One of the things I didn't show off on the stream that hopefully I can show off here in the back is, so we built the backpack, which usually is one of the last things you build. It's got its rocket boosters here. Its boosters, they move, which is kind of cool. I didn't notice that at first. I noticed that when I took it out of the box. So that's kind of fun. Adjustable. That's fun. My lighting's a little off. I switched bulbs, and I'm gonna have to figure out a new place to put one of my lights. My overhead should be better. Lastbrook just used regular money. Well, I appreciate using the regular money as well. That high grade, what you got, what both of you got me. Both of the things are very fun. I'm excited to build both of them. Which you'll see soon. So Monday, so I shot a mailbag for that. That'll go up on Monday. And also I will put up on Monday the next episode in the Let Pat Play series. I'm going to do probably every Monday. I might expand it a bit in the future, but right now every Monday you're going to see that, and it'll just be a video where I play a video game on my YouTube. That'll be next Monday. Happy early birthday. Thank you very much for that, Lastbrook. Thank you. I appreciate that. Yeah, this is my birthday month. I'll mention it in an hour about, the fact that I will have, Will Smith is now hosting my stream. It's very nice of Will. Thank you for that, as always. I know that people are probably trying to not watch so many live streams, because E3 has begun today. EA had their press conference today, and it's just going to be more and more press conferences and live streams and daily podcasts. And if you follow multiple websites, there'll be so much. Like I'm home for some of them. I miss some things. I'm glad they'll be all over by the time that I want to, do my live streams normal. But I understand how some people are already feeling the burn a bit. But anyway, we'll get to building. Yeah, it's my birthday month, so I'll list all that stuff up soon. If there's anything you think that would be cool to buy me to build on the stream, and if there's ever anything you see on like Amazon or somewhere that you're like, oh, Pat, you should build this. let me know. I'll add it to my I'll add it to the stream. We'll find it and we'll build it. We'll make it happen. Okay, so we have finished the head and the chest and backpack. We have finished the arms. I did the hands off stream as a warm up to get my fingers going. Um, and yeah, now it's time to do a little bit more building. We're going to work on our shoulders. This is probably going to be a pretty laid back stream today. As I said, I expect this will be, if people were going to skip some streaming, now would be the time people do it because there's just so much going on. I understand that. So put that there. So yeah, so we're building some shoulder pads, basically. D28, and I'll need D18. Um, bu- bu- bu. As always, if you're building model kits, if you're working on figures, if you're doing anything like that, always feel free to send me a tweet. Also, there's the Discord. That'll be mentioned in the middle. The link to the Discord. I should put that. I should put that in my Twitch information. I'm going to do that. I'm going to put that in the Twitch information at some point, so that people have an easy reference to that. Because I want people to be able to join that Discord. And I always link to stuff I'm working on there. But yeah, if you're doing any building, if you're doing any painting, you're doing anything construction. I know Zorbs was going to be watching at some point with one of his children, uh, and I know they're building along. Um, yes, Drew Type. I finally made a Discord after using Discord for a very long time, and I finally was like, okay, I am going to learn how to set up a channel. There's the general chat. There is the place to promote yourself if you've got, if you're doing streaming or if you're doing video stuff, if you do Let's Plays, that kind of thing. You want to let people know what you're into and what you're up to. There's the place to promote. There's a place to share photos of kits you're working on, not just for me, but for everybody. And there's even a place for my Patreon, which I don't expect to have much, like, it to be really like a nonsense community in there, really hyped. But I figured, well, it's integrated, so might as well use it. Hello, Mr. Bob. Welcome to the stream. Happy to have you here on a Saturday evening. I am doing some building, working on the shoulders here of our Buster Gundam from Gundam Seed. This is the first Gundam Seed kit I've built. I will admit, not super into that show. Never really gave it. I would say it came at a time where I wasn't really interested in anime as much. I had a kind of a, just a falling out with, or just like, just didn't hit me as hard. So it was, it's been nice to kind of build a kit from that show that I don't have, the fondest memories of, but I definitely am interested in doing this kit. This kit looks cool, so. All right, we need A and I. 12, we got here. Auto is now following. Thank you, Auto for that. Board is here in the chat. Board being hello. Auto thank you for the follow. As always, if you're not following, you can give me that follow so then you know when I'm, and hit notifications so that you know when I'm streaming. And, I'll be doing the self-promotion thing for a bit now. But, if you, hey, I hear the mobile suits might be the best part of the show. Yeah, you were huge into Seed. Oh, Westbrook. Oh, okay. Yeah, it just at the time, I think I just wasn't into like any, and it just wasn't feeling it. So it might be something where I should go back and take a look, because I'm doing myself a disservice. It's totally possible that I should go and check it out and see what's up. But yeah, I just haven't. 8.5. And so I hope you didn't hear that. I don't expect it to be picked up, but apparently someone is shooting off fireworks. So that's really annoying because it's just a Saturday. There's no reason to shoot fireworks. It'd be one thing if it was like, July 4th. I could see that being a day where it was like, hey, maybe don't shoot fireworks. Should I do a July 4th stream? That's a good question. I've been thinking about it. I don't have work that night. It's a Wednesday night. Normally I work on Wednesdays. I've been thinking I might stream on July 4th. Of course, you know, uh, Johnny's not here right now, but Smash Mouth is an international viewer. I have a couple other international viewers. It might be who certainly don't celebrate that day, and folks who will probably be barbecues and stuff during the day, but maybe not late at night. So maybe I might do a July 4th night stream, just cause. Because why not, right? I don't know. I got a couple weeks to figure it out. It's EA trying to get more excitement for Anthem. Yes, yes, that is the most logical, most reasonable conclusion, is that it's viral marketing for EA and not just some dummy who got their hands on some fireworks early and wants to go to town on some works. No one calls it that. No one has ever called fireworks works. Uh, that's a new thing that I just coined, and also I'm sorry. I apologize for coining it. D29. What can I find? Oh, it's over here. Ugh. Luckily, it's not. It doesn't seem to be a lot of firecrackers, but it is certainly firecrackers. You have to build the USA Gundam for G Gundam if you do it on the 4th. Yes, you're right, Drew. If I was going to do a July 4th, I would have to do something very, like, I'd have to do a American themed, a USA themed model kit. I wonder if that. I don't know if that Gundam is. I assume there's a high grade version of it. I would imagine there's not a master grade version of that particular kit. I feel like it's probably not. Probably doesn't have that. But there might be a. There's definitely a another version of that somewhere. Oh, there we go. Yeah, I could definitely do a high grade of that. That's what I'm going to assume. All right, so let's attach this here. And we'll finish our shoulder. Other than some outside armor as well. Got to put on. There's a lot of layers to this. And then these things fell off because, of course, they did. Why would they stay on? That would be helpful to me. Oh, we got it going on here. I have a friend who lives in Canada, and one day she was complaining about fireworks and asked what the occasion was. Zorbs just subscribed 10 months in a row. Zorbs, thank you so much for that. Very much appreciate it. Hello, my friend, and welcome. Back to Davis's story. What occasion was that? It's Labor Day. I asked if it was normal for folks to shoot off fireworks on Labor Day up there. Of course, it's not. It's not in America, and I thought we like to blow shit up. Yeah, we don't. We picked one day of the year where, well, in the summer there's like outside fireworks stuff, but we picked one day where we're like, we blow stuff up, and it's only July 4th. And I think it's only because rockets red glare, the bombs bursting in air. I feel like it's just that line that is the reason why on July 4th we shoot fireworks, and that's the only reason, and we don't have any other good reason to do it. We're like, well, the song told us to. But yeah, we don't do it for Labor Day. Once again, Zorbs, hello and welcome. Love that little chibi kit that you sent a photo to me about. I'm very excited for you to build that. Okay, so we did the right shoulder. Now we got to do the accent parts of that. Need A12. Got some red going in here. This Buster Gundam is the artillery, so it has lots of weapons and such. So There's some rockets. Now, obviously, this kit does not have as many rockets as the heavy arms that we just built 2 kits ago, but it does have quite a few rockets. Uh, 4th of July makes me think of Rocky IV Apollo Creed Living in America entrance. Okay, I buy that. I see that. And Drew says, I grew up in rural Oklahoma, and we would use any excuse to shoot off fireworks. Damn straight. I understand what you're saying as far as that goes. Sometimes you just need the flimsiest of flimsy excuses in order to shoot off some fireworks. I have not fired a firework like a bottle rocket. That's what I was trying to say. I haven't done one of those in quite some time. Yeah, it's been a while. But, in Connecticut, you didn't get the good stuff. We weren't getting anything incredible. One time, my mom had to fly back early, so my parents and I used to drive down to Florida from Connecticut. And so, of course, on the way back, the year that my mom had already flown home, and my dad and I were driving back, we took a detour to on the border, which is it's fireworks and kitschy bullshit. It's on the border of North Carolina and South Carolina. And they start advertising miles and miles and miles away from each other. So you're getting these billboards so far away from this place, and then you show up and it's just like it's whatever, it's fine, it's like kitschy and fun, but we got fireworks. So one year I had some premium choice fireworks to shoot off because my dad had made the call that we were going to go get the good stuff. We have lame fireworks, but still buy the big dumb box. An amphibian exhibit. Okay. All right. That sounds fun to me, Mr. Bob. G. Here's G. G19. So, I watched the latest episode of Comics Party, episode 10. We're getting close to the end of the series. It was weird. They're definitely like, I get the sense that the manga that this is based on didn't really like care to focus on a lot of like consistent like building of the plot development, because it was basically like 3 mini like pages in a row. Like this episode didn't feel like 2 stories being told, like an A and B. It felt like an A, B, and C. We got a dump of some interesting stuff on a couple characters, but it was like this thing of like, okay, this character doesn't like Christmas. This character's parents don't know that she makes manga, or she is a credit artist, and then this character feels this way about things. And it was like, okay, so it didn't. I was bummed because it was the Christmas episode, and I love a good anime Christmas episode, but it was only really like the A plot. So I don't know. I told my new boss I need to set off fireworks off in the driveway so I can't travel that week. I understand. I get what you're saying. Sometimes you gotta. But yeah, so Comics Party, well, or Comic Girls, not Comic Party. Comics Party is different anime. Comic Girls, overall, I still really like the characterization. I like the story. I like the idea of a dorm for manga artists. I think that's very cool. I think overall it's a cool thing and a cool show, but it just isn't like. I wish there were other things to watch except that. I guess I'll say that. All right, so this is almost all our shoulder piece. We got to put a little bit more armor on there, and then we'll be done. And then I'll show the rocket in a second. 810. And I2. It's J G D I 2. Mm-hmm. 2. Great. That's I2, and then what other I did I need? Oh, I just need I12 again. I2. Great. Did you watch the season of My Hero Academia? Yes. So I am now up to date on My Hero Academia. Uh, uh, it's good, but it's not. It's good. It's good. Um, the training stuff I got really into the camp training stuff. I thought it was really fun, and there's some good character development. And I also liked to see the other class because some of those characters are really vivid and interesting. So that was fun. Uh, so yeah, so I started going through the binging. Uh, yes, there is a not the villains are like some of them are like anti-heroes, and some of them are interesting in their powers, and Sadako is a lot, uh, is too much, is really creepy and messed up in a way that I'm like, nah, I'm okay. But I am enjoying it overall, so I'm happy to now that I'm caught up. I did binge through it, which was good. Yeah, so I binged through that. Of course, as I said, the big thing is in July we're getting more Overlord, and I really like that show. Even though the first half of the second season I don't love, it was still good. And actually, I'm watching a series I watched a few years ago, but never, or 3 years ago, um, and I never finished it. Now I'm going back to it. I got because I didn't have all the Blu-rays because it's not on Crunchyroll. It might be like dubbed somewhere, but I couldn't find it subtitled anywhere. So that show that I'm watching is uh, what do you call it? Sorry, I lost my train of thought. Everything's going to be cool. Oh yeah. So the show that I'm kind of watching now is Absolute Duo. It is another one of those magic powers school things where there's like not everything is as it seems, and people might not be in it for the right reasons. And there's the main boy character he's special for some reason. Uh, and even though the female main character is very badass and super powered, and like people literally have a moment where they're like, she's really good at this. It still revolves around the guy saving the day a whole lot. Like, really just fucking, really having to save for bacon. Um, quite a bit. Uh, and that's annoying because uh, the character, Julie, uh, is like really strong. And so it's kind of annoying that she is um, constantly being saved by the dude, who is of course like superpowered. But the action is good. I think the storytelling is pretty well done. I would say I have my issues with it, but um, it's still like an interesting show. All right, so that's G4, and I need G11 over here. But yeah, so I'm watching that. I got the Blu-rays of all the rest of that, and I'm going through that slowly because that looks pretty cool overall. And it's just like I just need something to watch. Uh, I do tend to not all the time, but often watch those kinds of like I do like the high school with amazing powers kinds of shows. I think they're kind of interesting. And as soon as the thing that it has is like so basically this everybody's got these powers that involve these weapons that are based on called blazes that are based on what you want them to be, like your desire for what your kind of weapon that you would have if you had a weapon. And then the main guy has a shield because he's like defending people. That's his whole thing. And he has a special ability that no one else has. It's not part of Blaze, but yeah, he's got a cool shield. And he's called an irregular, which is interesting. So there's a little bit of interesting dynamic to it, but overall it's just fine. Um, let's see. We got Drew says last stream I watched you were working your way through SAO. Yes. So I did watch Drew. I watched all of. I've watched everything except for the movie. Now, not the movie that you can find online that is the bridge between the first season and the second season with just a little bit more information. There is a in theaters movie that came out pretty recently that I did not watch, that I will check out at some point. I believe it's a ARG VR combo problem, like monsters in the real world messing stuff up. They end up having to play and they don't know why. There's a mystery, and some sort of singer. I don't know. So I haven't seen that. But that's the only thing I haven't seen. And my overall impression, that I've said is, I like parts of that show. Gun Gale, I'm not interested in. I don't think the character development of that show is too good. I think the last arc might not have earned it. They might not have earned that arc, but it's still really good. So I'm not like super mad about it. I don't know if it's like earned what happens in it, but it's still good. And we need A5. We'll clip this out because we need this. Gun Gale has me thinking about going back and watching it. So, no, Drew, I like the last arc, and because the thing about the second season that I like the most is these kids dealing like with reality and real life. So like integrating some real life, quote unquote, real life stuff into it, I thought was cool. But it is like, I don't know. It is also like not my favorite. Not my favorite. Like the second season is it. I don't like as much as I liked the first like four. Basically the first part of the first season is my favorite, and then I think it is diminishing returns. And part of that is that the second half of the first season is under a time restriction. There is only so many days before a event happens that I won't spoil, but like ain't good. So like our main character is like really under the clock, and so I was like, it leads to less exploration, which is kind of the stuff that I really like about the show. And I think the middle half of the second season allows for more exploration, I should say. So I'm more into that. All right. So yeah, so I'm just working on these shoulders. There's a lot of pieces in these shoulders. There's a little more than I would expect. So, taking my time, putting it together. I just did it on the other side, so this should be pretty easy to put all this together. Not too hard to do. General, you would agree with that? Yeah. Yeah. And then the alternate one I know has gotten better. I know people who've been watching this version of SAO that is like only the gun thing. It's like an alternate history show. I know some folks that are really into it. I wasn't because I'm not super into that world. Like I'm much more into high fantasy than I am realistic multiplayer shooter. Like as a world to that characters inhabit. But let's see if there's anything else that I'm thinking about that I wanted to talk about. I don't think so. As far as anime goes, I mentioned it on Thursday. Uh, um, the it's hard to date for an otaku uh, anime that is available on Amazon Prime. That show continues to be very fun and refreshing and good. I really like this last episode. I think it's a solid show. I'm very into it. I highly recommend it. I had to look. Actually, there are a couple references I didn't get in this show because the otaku characters occasionally trade in references as a shortcut for communication because their relationship is a little, messed up because they're both nerds. So there was like a reference that I was just like, I don't get this reference. I had to look it up. It was good. It was a good reference. Um, yeah, it's a solid show that I do recommend if people like romantic comedy anime. All right, so we're building here. We're doing this. Um, what else do I need to build here? I've got to put on. I need G 810. I got that. And G 19. I had a fun day today. I got out of the house. Often on Saturdays, I am not. I don't go places. I usually kind of stick to home. But I had to go out. Whoop. Oh no. There we go. Got it. Got it. And do some lights and sound for a graduation show for our sketch program. I um, I was happy to do it to fill in. Now and again. So I'm the boss man, so I might as well cover now and again and help people out. Uh, but yeah, it was a fun afternoon to do that. Get out there, get out of the house a little bit. So that was pretty good. As I said, I recorded the second episode of Let Pat Play, my Let's Play series where I play games. I played more of First Kiss at a Spooky Soiree, which I'm just enamored with. It's just a lovely game. So yeah, hopefully I will have more time. That'll go up on Monday, and then not sure what I'm going to play the next week, but yeah, it was fun. Okay, so here are the shoulders. We can now attach the shoulders and get ready for this. So basically, the trick with this is there's just like rockets on the shoulders. Nothing, nothing super exciting. Uh, you know, just some rockets. Put that there, and then this is gotta go. This has gotta go like this. So we're gonna put our arms in here, which is fun. Get our arms going. Make sure we put it all right. Great. Arms in. One arm in. Let's do the other arm here. And then we'll move on to, I assume, the legs, or maybe with the waist. I don't know. I don't know what this kit wants me to do next. We'll find out real soon. Hold on. Have you gotten a chance to catch Omega vs. Okada yet? No, I have not seen anything other than a few animated GIFs. I know the outcome of a few of the matches because I couldn't avoid spoilers. But yeah, because I was doing a thing this afternoon. David said it was so good. I have not watched anything from Dominion. New Japan Pro Wrestling for folks. Some New Japan wrestling stuff we're talking about here. All right, so we're gonna move on to the legs. So we got a kit here, starting to look like the Devil Gundam from G Gundam, just the upper torso. All right, it's time to build some legs. So let's get into it. Oh, there we go. It was a lot, as you expect, but the whole card was fantastic. Yeah, I just like one of those things where like I'm gonna catch up over the week. Wrestling stuff, I still love wrestling, but I'm like, I take my time with it. I'm not, I'm not like always caught up right away. Uh, I try to keep up with what's going on, but I'm not like yeah, those New Japan shows are a lot. They're they pack a lot into a show. All right, so we're working on our leg. We're going to start with the feet and work our way up. There's only a couple pieces here that are on this the sheet. The C sheet is just 4 pieces, all of which will be used on the here on the feet. So we're going to snip all these parts out. They're identical. It's a very small sheet here, but whatever. So I'm done. So I'll take my time with that. Put that together there. Um, so I didn't watch all the press conference today. The EA stuff. EA, like I am generally interested in BioWare stuff. I like BioWare as a company. They probably don't exist anymore, but the weird B team that made that DS Sonic RPG uh, uh, was a BioWare team, so I always love that. That game was real. It was surprisingly really good, uh, especially if you like finished it and then kept going. It was like restarting the game where you're already pretty powered up. It was just very enticing and fun. And okay story, not bad. It was kind of fun to be like a bigger threat. We have to have Robotnik or Eggman involved. We have to have Eggman team up with the android who is designed right now, whose programming mission is to kill him, and then also have like Shadow the Hedgehog help us out. Uh, it was a pretty good, pretty solid game. That game. Um, but yeah, the Bioware game looked interesting. Like there's a few things that they put out that I'm like, okay. Yeah, it was. Yeah, that was a weird Bioware team. Uh, I don't know, like, yeah, which version of that team it was, but it was it was a strange thing that team worked on a Sonic RPG, the secret best Sonic game. Me and uh, One Up, formerly One Up, now a bunch of this other stuff. Ryan Scott. Me and Ryan Scott are the only uh, people that advocate that game as being really good. E6. So I'm doing both of these at once here. We're building our feet, and our feet are identical, so we're just doing it all at the same time. And just goes like this. Which is good because, as always, uh, you learn a little bit while doing it. You'll figure it out as we go, and then it makes it easier when I do the other one right away. All right, that goes in there, and that goes in there. All right. Then we'll do the same thing on the other side. The GBA games were Mania before there was Mania. Yeah, I would say so. Sea of Solitude looked wonderful. Unravel 2. Yeah. Um, I would say so. Yeah, the the dudes that did the Unravel demo. So I think I watched that. I watched through FIFA, and then I had to go and do other stuff. So I think I stopped around sports games. So I'll have to go back. But yeah, the Unraveled demo was just fun, and you could tell they were like excited. That turkey looked that turkey looked real good. Turkey looked like it wanted to mess you up. But yeah, that looks fun. I hope it plays well. Yeah. And all right, we're just adding more pieces here. Getting ready. It's B. Then I need D36. Do. 50. 36 down here in the bottom. Just putting our feet together. Yeah, a turkey sandwich for dinner because I support my man Yami. Appreciate. Yeah, I'm sure that the Yarny appreciates your support. I said Yami. I meant Yarny. You know. Weird software feeling they're putting games on hold to pull out Mal. So yeah, I think that folks are even a little wary of cosmetic loot boxes because all loot boxes are now feeling the same backlash that just egregious, you need these in order to get better at the game things were taking so much heat. Now it seems like every style of loot box is taking the heat, which is bad because, well, it's bad only because now people have to have to figure it out. Like, okay, well, what's our model? We weren't going to charge for DLC or bonus stuff because we thought we would make up for it on the back end as far as we were going to offset that by people buying stuff, and now we can't. Now we're like, oh, should we even put cosmetic loot boxes in there? And it's like, oh, that might end up being bad. I don't know. I don't know where it's going to go, but it's interesting to look at that stuff because I don't know what's going to happen. All right, so put that together. That actually was a little annoying to put together. We just do this first. Loot boxes have always rubbed me the wrong way. If it's like Overwatch, maybe cosmetic, but it's still a shot. Yeah, the slot machine element of it, you're not wrong. I don't like the slot machine element of it. It's not enjoyable to me. And now it's a bullet point. You're right. You're right, Drew. Oh, sorry. Pardon for me. We don't have loot boxes is now a value add. Like we don't have a thing that we were very excited about not too long ago because y'all got mad. So now we don't have it anymore. All right, so we got our feet. We're going to work on our ankles next. F and G and I. F and G and I. Our shelves here. Pull these out. Exactly. Rather pay a little bit more than I want instead of hoping to get the skin I want. Yeah, and I do think that cosmetics as a concept, because y'all all remember when they were cosmetic stuff is were pre-order bonuses, right? If you want Batman to look like Batman Begins, you had to buy it from this store, or if you wanted it to be if you wanted 60s Batman, you had to buy it on Amazon and all that stuff. When that went away, it was awesome, but it got replaced with if you buy enough tokens or you get lucky enough, now you can get Batman Begins. Good luck with it. Instead of, hey, this costume costs this amount. If you want, you can buy coins to get there, or you can just grind out and get what you want. But the you don't know what you're getting nature of it is really rough in general. I'm not a huge fan of that model, that business model. I understand devs got to get paid, and I want that, and I want longer dev cycles so that people can stay employed and don't just get laid off until the next game acquisition and they're ready to just, ramp up production and all that stuff. I want people to be okay, and if that's working on that stuff can keep them there, that's great. It's just consumers need to start fucking looking out for themselves and each other. No, I agree with you, Anna Davis. Yeah, there's got to be a better way, and hey, I bought for $1. I bought a Wu-Tang superhero mask in Xbox, back in the day, because it was like that's worth $1 to me. I don't need this at all. This is just for my avatar. This is a silly waste of money, but it's a good waste of money, so I'm going to do it. And sometimes it's a tip. Sometimes you're like, I really like this game. I put a lot of hours into it. Here you go. Um, but I do think that the slot machine element of it is, we're all in agreement, I believe, that that is a bummer. Uh, that it's that it is often exploitative, and I'm not here for that. Um, Down there, and then this goes like this. Uh, Sorry, here. Okay, great, and all right, and then we just build around this a bit with the eyepieces here. Just basically just putting some armor on this thing, really. That's all we're doing. 13, 14, and 4. 13, 14, and 4. I plan on buying whatever DLC or like for the God of War puts out because I love that game and I want to get that dev more money. Yeah, I totally get that, in Davis. I totally see where you're coming on that. Like, yeah, like I have bought DLC for games that I thought was great, even if I was like, I'm pretty done with this game. Sometimes you're just like, no, I hope you get to keep making things. Here you go. Here's your tip. Uh, Please keep building things and doing stuff you want to do, and hopefully, you know, when game designers or company or whatever continues to make things that you like, then hopefully that's your money was spent well. Uh, all right, let's put on some armor. Da, da, da. Oh, one thing I didn't talk about in the anime talk. Sorry, I didn't get to finish the anime talk about a show that I watched. So some people call it the second season, depending on where you read it. Others call it an OVA. But there were a 3 episode, kind of like between season one. I think it's like an OVA that's between season one and season two uh, of the King's Avatar that I watched. It's like continuing the story, and it's a few more people, pros, figuring out, oh, shit, it's that dude. It's that real good guy that was like the guy who used to be the best player of this game. We think we know who it is. And there was like a tournament, and some heartbreak from for one character. It was good. It's good. Overall, yes, Drew. We had to duck back to Anime Town. So one thing that I want to point out that I didn't talk about the first time I talked about it, and I haven't really talked about it much with this King's Avatar, is that obviously this it's a co-production between China and Japan. Um, some of the CG is weird. Some of I think the opening and closing songs are odd choices that don't really fit with the game. Um, but the biggest thing is, uh, or the show, I should say, not the game. The biggest thing that I really like about it is that the female characters have lots of agency, and no one is there to hook up with the main character. I think that there's like a respect among a character that you assume that they have some sort of romantic relationship, but it is not even like anime implied. It literally, if it is a thing, we don't know about it. Like they're not talking about it. Uh, and a thing that like is fun is the so basically this dude used to be really good. He got like railroaded out of the gaming group that he did the professional gaming team he was on, and he can't play for a year professionally. And he's already old. He was like the first good dude at it. So he's already old and probably not. He's probably at his prime right now. This probably should be one of his last years as like a seasoned vet. And by that I mean he's like 25 or maybe 28. Um, so he ends up getting a job at an internet cafe because he doesn't really have skills. He didn't save his money. He used his money to help out friends of his in the industry who like went out earlier than he did. So he doesn't really have like a lot of savings. He's doing okay, but not great. Um, and so he works at this internet cafe. And the owner of the internet cafe, you another anime would have like huge boobs and like be like flirtatious and stupid and like whatever, have agency and be interesting, but like be done poor, like probably be like a caricature. And instead, she just like is like a good, smart business lady who like hires some cool people and plays the game, but isn't like awesome at it. And the big thing is that she, for the whole first season, doesn't believe that her employee used to be this big deal. Like a guy that she like, the character or the person playing, she like really liked. And she doesn't believe that that's him. Which is like easy. It's like a fun formula. Formulaic, but like easy to play. And overall, I dig that the show doesn't really play in tropes. Like the women are real characters. Hello, Pale Warrior, and welcome. We're here. You're here in the Bear Cave. Thanks for throwing up that emote. I'm about to take a break. I'm trying to finish this dang thing. These ankle pieces are weird. This is like the weirdest part of this kit so far. Once I get this snapped on, then it's time to take a break and start promoting myself as a person that makes things on the internet. You know, the place we're on right now. Alright. Okay. Clip this on and we'll do that. Yeah, so King's Avatar, I watched the OVA. It's 3 parts. It's available on YouTube. I mean, the whole thing's on YouTube because Tencent put it on YouTube. And it's like solid. I think it's pretty good. Also, after so many, because okay, so they kind of show the 3D representation of the character you're playing in the game, but it's not one of those trapped in a video game shows. And it's like focused on like esports and friendship and betrayal and like it shows like incredible, like him being awesome in the game in the game world and the MMO world, as a way of just like you understanding how good he is. But it's not like a virtual reality game. It's also odd because it is a Chinese game or a show, and so they say instead of PvP they say PK, which is like player kill. Hello, mech. So there's one guy who always wants to fight the main dude, and so he's constantly saying PK, 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 and it's like it took me a second to realize what he was asking for because I was just like, I don't understand what that. Oh, it's player kill. They want a player kill. Okay, we'll move on to this in a second. We'll get back to things here. Not move on. We'll get back into it. It is June. It's my birthday month. So now's a great time to jump in to support as we roll through June for my birthday. There are ways you could support me if that's something you'd like to do. First and foremost, you could become a subscriber here on Twitch, twitch.tv/PatBaer. You could subscribe to that. It's $5 a month. You get a Bear Cave emote. If you do $10 a month, you also get a very snazzy emote, which is the Lego emote. So you could sign up. You could do that. If you have Amazon Prime, you link your Amazon Prime with your Twitch Prime. You get a lot of rewards. I talk about them a lot. But the big reward is you get a token you can use. It's on Amazon's dime. I get the same percentage I would if it was your real money. So that's something you could do if you wanted to. And Davis in there with the Bear Cave emote. So that's one way to support. I also have a Patreon, $1 a month, you get a Q&A video. I'm going to be doing that next weekend and sending that out. So I do a Q&A video on my Patreon. I put a link there. It's also in the show description here on the YouTube archive. So that's one way to support me. $5 a month, you get the videos a day early. So they're going to get tomorrow, they are going to get the mailbag video that I shot that's going to go out for everybody on Monday. That's $5 a month. They're going to get the archive of this stream that I put up tonight. They're going to get that tonight later. Beck, I'm June 23rd. Our birthdays are right near there. High five indeed. I got my Amazon wish list. As I said, 2 people who were in the chat tonight just bought me something off my Amazon wish list. There's more things in there. There's Lego kits. There's more of the Dragon Ball model kits. There's a few other things in there that would be cool. Different style things. And, of course, lots and lots of Gundam. You could buy that, and then I build them on the stream. And it's a big way to support me is buying stuff on wish list. The bottom of the wish list, you'll see, like, a better webcam. So, like, this webcam I would love to replace with something that has, like, the built-in light. Yes, I did put some Bionics on there. I put some reasonably priced, because they seem to be pretty expensive, Bionicles. I put the Bionics, I think, in there. So, let me look it up. So, instead of just the Bionics, I put in the Bionicles. The Bionicles, yes, because I think those look cool. So I put a couple kits of those in there. The Skull Slicer look kind of fun. They're just tiny little kits, but I put a few in there just to see if that would be something that somebody wanted to buy. So I put some stuff in there. And then, like I said, I build all those kits right here on the stream. If you're going to do that, be like Nadavis, be like Lashbrook, and leave a message with it. Don't do it anonymously, because I would love to hear from y'all and know that you're who's buying what. We've got a Ko-Fi, which is any money that goes from that, along with the money I get from Twitch, goes to me buying kits. I'm hoping this weekend, maybe this Thursday during the day, I can sneak over to a Toys R Us and see what they've got left. But I was waiting to have some cash before I did that. And then here is the Discord that I've got, the Build with Baer community Discord. Join that. Have fun with it. Be nice. I do check it pretty regularly. I'm the only mod so far because everyone's been cool. And let's keep it that way. But that's Discord. Anyone can join. And then I've got a show, Queerball. It's on Monday. It's June 11th at 10:30 p.m. here in New York. So if you're in New York, Monday night, that's days away. I got to keep working on that. I got a PowerPoint presentation. So that's the date, and this is the ticket information. It's Pride Month. So I am doing a funny PowerPoint presentation about some of the letters we don't often talk about when we talk about LGBTQA plus I question mark, all that stuff. We start getting into the letters. There's a few letters we don't talk about, and I'm going to talk about them because it's time. Here, I'd say it on the stream. It's time we start talking about the letter D and the letter F. We don't really have to get too far into D. I understand. We should start talking about F because it's the next one. We're going to add to it. It's going to happen. We're going to be cool with furries. Like, a large swath of us already are. But the larger queer community is at some point just going to be like, yeah, we fucks with furries. We're down. We got it. We're okay. It's coming, so just get on board now. But yeah, the F's going to end up in there. And then we'll talk a little bit about demisexuality. Because every time I talk about it, there's somebody out there that goes, oh, shit, I think that might be me. And it's always better to start understanding who you are as soon as possible. So that's why I do talk about it in public a lot, because it is a thing that's not talked about. And asexuality isn't talked about much either, right? Like, it's one of those odd things where, like, it's just not a thing that we chat about. It's this weird thing where one of the most famous ace, like, in any media is Jughead, and now they like pulled that back, and he's not ace anymore. It sucks. But for a very brief period in the comic books, Chip Zdarsky was doing that with art the Jughead book with art by Erica Henderson, and it's an incredible book. And yeah, he loves burgers. He doesn't love anyone romantically. He's asexual, and it's like, yeah, of course Jughead is ace. Of course he is. But unfortunately, that has been retconned back to him being confused or something. Who knows? Maybe he's just demisexual, but I would assume that he is probably, unfortunately, just a heterosexual dude again, which is a shame. I don't mind that he was not that on the CW show, because it's just like, that's whatever that wants to be. I'm not here to tell them they can't do whatever they want to do on that show, because that show is very horny. So you can't have a. Well, you could, but it would be an ace character wouldn't have a lot to do on that show. So, uh, but yeah, that's the show I'm doing on Monday. Those are all my links. We're getting back into building. Those are just some things going on. Um, yeah, I've been trying. Unfortunately, a few things that were on my Amazon wish list have are now, the sellers are just, sellers that aren't available through Amazon Prime, that they're not being fulfilled by Amazon, which is annoying. I much prefer to give folks that option, but I can't make them do it. So. But yeah, we've got another hour or so left in the stream. As mentioned, because it's my birthday month, I am doing 2 hour streams instead of an hour and a half. So I will be going to 11 p.m. Eastern. So if you are looking to hang till 11 p.m. Eastern, I will be here. And then on June 22nd, which is my birthday, I will be doing a extra long stream. Unsure of when the start time is, but it'll be way before 9, and then 9 to 11 I'll build. But the thing I'll do before that will be like games and party games and stuff like that. Most likely at some point I am going to get that house flipping game that everyone's been playing, because it looks rad, and virtual cleaning sounds like something that I want to try out. So I think I'm going to get that game. So Mac, we actually haven't. We talked a little bit on EA, but we didn't really get into like predictions or what you would like to see. So what is something that you most look forward to out of E3? I don't really know. I haven't been super into the big game stuff. Like, I would love a date for Crackdown. Like, just tell me when there's going to be a Crackdown. Because I really enjoyed the first game, and I liked the second game. And so, yeah, I would like to know what's going on with Crackdown. I think that would be helpful. I want to know. Okay, so hello, the Hollow, and welcome. Good to see you in chat. I will say this: I wish that I want to know more about Fallout. I want to know how much of it is it a Rust thing, how much of it is a survival game, and how much of it is just like a hard, like almost more like the first Fallout, first two Fallouts, Fallout. Because if it's just like a harder game with like a different art style, I'll be into that. But if it is really Rust, I don't know. I don't know if I really want that. I'm trying to like not be. I'm trying not to be like. I'm trying to be positive about it and be like, okay, well, there's, like they're gonna make the game they want to make, and it might be for me or it might not be for me, but it could be really interesting, and I'm trying to be positive, but I'm a little worried that Fallout 76 is just not going to be for me, which would be tough. Yeah, Zorbs. The online only survival game thing. Like resource, because here's the thing: well, people were like, "Well, the resource building, building settlements, and you like that?" And I'm like, "Yeah, that's because it wasn't like management of like scarcity. It wasn't like a punishing thing. It was like an element of that game where you could collect materials and then build stuff. and all you had to do was like get a scavenger perk, and you'd be fine. So that was very different, in my opinion, than like a Rust style game. Uh, yeah, I'm excited to see what it is. Yeah, it's like it's just stuff that I'm not super into. And yeah, I hear what you mean. I don't want it to be something that you have to play with groups, because that's not the kind of gamer I am, and I understand for a lot of people that's what they want. I think Mike Drucker wrote something. He goes like, "I understand I'm the odd man out. I understand that I'm the person that is asking for things that no one else is asking for, but I don't want 100 hours uh, game that killed 18 people and destroyed lives in order to make. I want a 3 hour game that makes me feel something." Um, and like, I'm like, yeah, you know. And that's also because, Mike and I are old men. Um, and so we're not looking for a game that is, like, believe me, I love Yakuza, and Yakuza is definitely worth every penny you spend on it. But I also like don't want 8 Yakuza games in a year. I don't want 8 style. I don't want like a ton of those games. Like I don't want every game to be well, we added RPG mechanics, so now it's a 20-hour game, or 28 hours more game. Like I just like don't that doesn't appeal to me. But I can understand why it would appeal to other people. It's just yeah. It just doesn't work for me. All right. How does this attach? What is this? I don't understand. I got this weird shaped thing here, and it's telling me that this goes. Oh, okay, I got it. Um, the art made me think the way it was drawn made me thought I had to attach something to this, but that doesn't make any sense. Harold Zosik, thank you, Harold. Uh, Yakuza is so good. Um, you're totally right. My concern online part of new Fallout is forced multiplayer. Yeah, yeah. Like I don't know. There might be something interesting to it, and there also could be like a mode where that's like really interesting. But overall, if that's what the game is, like if that's the whole game, the whole game is like slowly building a settlement as you fight off waves of, like other players who like are entering your game and opening up your back door so that raiders can come in for no reason other than it was a funny thing for them to do. Like I'm just not interested in that. I love the idea of setting a game before Fallout 1. I think that's very cool if that's true. Uh, yes, the Hollow. You're totally right. Um, Yakuza is tied into its above average side stuff. Uh, you're totally right on that. But even then, like what I basically was saying was, like, I don't mind a Yakuza game because that's going to be my big open world game of the year or of the half year or of the month. But like these constant like always have to play, constantly have to go experiences are not something that I've ever been interested in. It's just not me. And it is for other people. I know that. There are other people that are like, this is exactly what I wanted. I can't wait to play this. And I'm like excited for them. But it ain't my thing. All right, we're still working on our legs here, finding our parts here, slowly building, putting our legs together. It's a little, nothing super exciting, but it's fun. Hollow Hollow. Sorry, misunderstood. Oh, hey, yeah. Um, for my streets work. Huh. Harold is a streamer, as many of you know. Uh, I believe Harold has promoted himself in the uh, group. But yeah, if you're working on something and you want to like tell people about it in the Discord, People are always welcome to join that Discord, and there is a promote yourself tab for people to say what's up. Nope, that's wrong. Yeah, if they're working on anything, people can let folks know. Okay, so that's right. What is this wrong with here? Okay. Sorry. This step is confusing here. I'm trying it to not be confusing, but it is. So I apologize. Okay. I'll be back to look at what's being said in chat in just a moment, as soon as I finish this here. Great. Okay. So yeah, so there's just some joints in here, and they move around as things happen, and then this thing will attach to something else in a minute. Great. I did it on one side. Should be a lot easier on the other. Oh, that's very nice. I'm glad you're checking out other streams, folks. Be sure to check out each other's streams. And if you've got the availability and the time, it's always nice to be able to support people. I have not been watching streams much lately because I've just been busy working on things when I've been home, so haven't had the ability to have it on. I'll probably check out someone's streams tonight a little bit while I'm doing things. But yeah, I'm just behind on video stuff in general past couple days, trying to catch up because I'm just going to be behind on everyone's like E3 video stuff. Like everybody's stuff is going to be fun and cool, and the live show stuff at Giant Bomb is obviously a thing that I'm going to do my best to catch up on, especially because I'll be working while most of them happen. So it'll be good to be able to keep up with that if I can, and then just try to keep up with other stuff as they happen, like Waypoint stuff and Polygon stuff, and keeping abreast of what's going on with my friends as they do cool things. It can be a lot. There's just a lot. There's just a lot. You just kind of have to put it on the background. It's tough because sometimes there's just like so much out there, so much media to consume. I'm gonna take a sip of water. Give me a second here, folks. Pardon me. I would honestly love it if Giant Bomb's coverage was just the interviews at night, the couch stuff at night, and then just Abby's like blog, video log, and that's it. Like I don't need the interviews. I don't the separate interviews that are not in there. I don't need the walkthroughs of this location. Just give me the good couch visits and give me the good goofs from Abby and Ben and whoever else shows up. Maybe if Bacalar is around, throw him on there. Um, that's something I'm definitely like. I feel like I'm more interested in that than just about anything else. Uh, you know, like my favorite E3 video is the McElroy brothers. Obviously, Justin and Griffin were employees at the time of Polygon, but their other brother Travis was there, and it was just the three of them being funny, dumb, idiot brothers at E3, and that is by far my favorite E3 coverage of just them being naturally funny, good dudes. It's just like, yeah, I would just rather see that. More of that. Uh, yes, the Lang Boys Vinyaki couch stuff is. I'll say this now. You'll know this from like watching me talk here on stream. In conversations. The thing that people often know about me that I do try to make sure is the thing that people know is that I don't like watching things that are bad, that I think are bad. I don't like watching things because they're train wrecks. I'm not. interested in that. I don't like those kind of videos. But there is some sort of incredible, you have to be there to experience it, FOMA thing when it comes to Vinyaki uh, and Lang and Boys, like when the three of them are there. And it'll be interesting now because with things have changed with the fact that Adam and Dave work together. They're like it's not a reunion as much for them. They saw each other a lot, but it's not as much a reunion for those two dudes. But it is a thing where like they definitely don't see Vinyaki all the time. So it should be interesting to see what happens. All right, so this goes here, and then this little piece. There's a weird little section here. I gotta make sure I put on right. All right, that goes in like that. Yeah, yeah. I love those guys. I'm praying Johnny V relaxes this year. So the thing is, Mech is part of it is nerves, and part of it is that like I'm not here to psychoanalyze anybody, and I'm not here to talk about performance for an audience versus who they are or whatever, versus being yourself 100% because everyone's exaggerates for camera and does all that. I'm not here to talk about that, but I do think that uh, deep down, uh, Johnny loves his friends, but hates sometimes how he's treated by them. That might be projecting a little bit, but I do see a lot of their relationship at some points where, like, all of a sudden it just gets antagonistic, and you're like, and I think Johnny's general response is, "Why are you mad at me?" Because he's just like, not, he just doesn't want that to be part of the deal, part of the conversation. But then also, Johnny also wants attention uh, from his friends that he doesn't see that often. So he is playing it up some. I thought last year was really fun, but I also understand like why some people are like I can't with that. John Drake is great because John is this interesting combination of like John is a good businessman and gets the job done. John is incredibly positive and loving and caring and a wonderful person, but also is such an asshole. Like he's I'm going to say that he's got resting asshole face. Like sometimes John just looks mad, and you're like, Drake, why are you mad? And he's like, I'm not. But he does also sometimes just like is just like mean online, and like it's so weird. And Drake is it's such a strange dichotomy that I haven't quite figured out how to play off of it. Um, I think he likes being the heel, and so we might have ruined him a little bit because we might have shown him the way. Uh, but yeah, like the old days, like he's the first guy to call out if something goes wrong. Like that's in his nature. He's the first guy to go like, "Oh, we fucked that up." Uh, I've always found kind of fascinating for Drake. But he is, like I said, just a sweetheart of a dude. Just like an A plus, straight A dude. Um, but yeah, sometimes it's just mean for no reason. Uh, yeah, so like that stuff's fun. I gotta look that up. Actually, want to see what their schedule is like. I'm gonna do that real quick. We're getting very far on the legs here, but I want to just see when they're gonna be streaming, like what their night streaming is gonna be. Uh, let's see. I can't see that. Okay. Whatever. I'll figure it out. I just want to know if they're streaming what nights they're streaming. Whatever. Let me know what nights they're streaming. Is it Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday? Yeah, or is it like Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday? Um I honestly just want to know if they're going to be streaming the same night that I'm streaming, because that's going to be rough if they're streaming from like while I'm up while I'm doing my thing. Because if that's the John night, I understand why people won't be around, and I'll have to like promote it as the like you're sick of E3. Watch me build stuff instead. Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. I'm hearing. Okay, yeah, so that's going to be rough. I'm going to be competing against the Thursday night nightmare. Oh boy, I didn't even think of that. Oh, that might be a rough stream to compete against for my audience. But who knows? Maybe, like I said, maybe I can promote the idea of, hey, you don't want to talk about E3 anymore. Come see me build stuff. We'll see. I'll see how long their streams go. I don't want to make people choose, but I also, uh, I think this. This is my opinion. This has been my opinion for a little while. Is even if like numbers are low, even if view count is low, even if no one wants to talk in chat, and people are just kind of who are hanging out, and I'm not doing for many people, consistency is where I want to keep it. So even if a bunch of people aren't watching because they want to watch the other thing, uh, um, I understand why, like I'd rather still do my streams. Yeah, I'm not sure. Like me being 9 to 11, they might start at 9 p.m. my time though and start at 6 p.m. there. Like I don't know. Um, I'm not sure when they're gonna go. So who knows? Like I said, I don't want to make people choose, but at the same time, I think it's better for me to do a show for fewer people than to not do a show during my normal time because something else is happening. Uh, I guess I could do picture in picture, but I wouldn't be able to archive that. Uh, yeah, hopefully there isn't too much overlap. Hopefully they start early on that one, and or the train wreck already happened and people want to move on to something else. All right, so we're putting some armor pieces on here, getting that stuff together, getting ready to move on. This. All right. The show must go on. Yeah, I think that's the attitude I want to have with this is just that overall I want to have I want to keep doing the show I do as much as I can because in July I'll be gone, and I'll try to do one like just even if it's just a hangout and I'm not building anything, just do a IRL stream from San Diego. But I've got San Diego Comic Con in July. In August I'm going to go see my folks. So that's going to be I'm going to miss a stream while I go see my folks. I'll miss a Saturday. September I will miss for. Of course, I'll have stuff that will be up that I'll you know have here in the chat, but won't be real thing. I'll do an IRL like hangout as well. I'll have stuff to do in when at PAX West in Seattle in August or September, I should say. October, I should be around, and then of course, PAX Unplugged. I'll head out there and won't be able to do anything while I'm there. I might, depending. The Airbnb I had last time, I was able to do a live stream quite well. So I'll hopefully be able to do that again. That's the hope. Ooh, sorry. Sorry about that. Just sweating. All clean now. B9 is the front one. And yeah, so that's so I've got some traveling coming up, so I'm trying to be consistent as much as possible and just do the shifts that or do the shows when I can, and then not worry about it if when the time comes. But yeah, because we gotta keep streaming. So speaking of streaming, we're gonna do another half an hour. As mentioned, this is the birthday month for me, Pat Baer. So I am doing my streams. I am doing an extra half an hour for every stream this month. Hour, 2 hours instead of an hour and a half. And so I always, you know, I wouldn't say I'm loopy, but I am generally out of stuff to talk about when it gets to this time of the stream. So if there's anything you want to chat about tonight, anything you want to hear me talk about, want to get into any topic at all, let me know what's up. I'll do my best to answer it, talk about it. Let's see. I'll talk about eBay. I sold the thing on eBay. I haven't done that in a very long time. I ended up creating a new account because it had been years and years. I'm going to talk about this. I ended up creating a new account because it's just been so long since I last sold anything that I thought it would actually look, it would look better for me to be selling something on a new account than selling something on an account that had been not used in a long time. That felt like that would look suspicious. So I created a new account and I'm selling stuff on eBay. Sold the graphics amplifier uh, um, for my laptop that I had gotten from a friend who then was like, you keep it. And so I sold it. And yeah, that sale went through today. Got my money through PayPal. Gonna mail it out on Monday. Everything's great. Should go real well. Nice and easy. Um, it went for the minimum, which was a little lower than I would have liked, but still a decent price. I did have one person who offered me to buy it for like $5 more than the minimum, and I was like, meh, I'm just gonna go for it. So I lost out on $5, but I did an official sale through it instead of ending the auction early, which I'm generally not into unless someone makes me an offer that is, a really good deal on my end. Otherwise, I don't worry about that. Yes, the hollow. That's what I was afraid of, that it might look like I was using a hacked account if I was like suddenly selling things on an account that hadn't been used in so long. I was worried about that, so I just instead uh, used used a new account. That's fine. I gotta do some spring cleaning around here, find some stuff to sell on eBay, maybe. Who knows? But I've definitely got to do some summer cleaning and around here. We'll see if there's anything that's of value that I can do that. Don't mind doing eBay now and again. Uh, if the price is right. Um, Especially because it's just like I don't want Facebook Marketplace and stuff like that. Like some people swear by it, but it's just not a thing that I am interested in using. All right, and it goes here. All right. Now we're just putting on some armor here on the sides, which is fun. I ended up getting a Super Famicom Classic on eBay, and it's great. Certainly a shaft, Jim Trap. Oh, that's awesome, Jim Biggs. Also, Biggins. Also, hi, Jim. Welcome. I haven't said hi to you yet, so yeah. Yeah, sold the graphics amplifier because, like, it wasn't something that I could get credit for. I often, if it's a thing that I can, like, sell to Amazon for some credit, I usually do that because I'm just going to buy model kits, so I just bought sneakers on Amazon, and hopefully those come because I emergency need new sneakers. Just bought them there. They'll be here tomorrow. Along with a Lego kit. I bought a Lego kit as well. That's coming very soon. Of course, it'll be a ways because I have these two model kits to build that were bought off my Amazon wish list. As said, Amazon wish list in show description, and the video will happen on Monday of showing off those new kits. I'm very excited about them. One is a cool looking thing, and the other is also cool but really stupid. So I'm excited about doing something stupid. A stupid build now and again. It's no big deal. Alright, so we're just putting more armor on here. Think I should have. Yes, I did this wrong. I should have put these on first. This on first, and then that on over it. So, no big deal. Just got pop off a thing, pump on a new thing. No fuss, no muss, no problem. Just got a Lego kit recently and still need to open up. I can't wait to find out which is which. Yeah. One of them is very silly and one of them is really great. So I'm excited about that. Jim, yeah, I hope good luck with your Lego kit. I've got one coming and I have one here. Uh, and then, like I said, I'm going to try maybe on Thursday to make a Toys R Us run into the city because there are a couple near me. And one was like 5% off Lego the last time I was there. And I bought something because it was actually looking online. It was still a better price than online. But I was like, nah, I'd like to see if there might be a few more sales coming. So we'll see. Who knows, right? But yeah, I'm really just interested, especially because, like I said, doing this 2 hours stream instead of an hour and a half adds weekly. It adds another, hour, so that's, just like adds up to going through kits faster because suddenly I am building is picking up the pace. So I would like to have a little bit of a cushion. I want to, obviously thank Lashbrook and Davis for purchasing kits off my wish list because it gets me closer. All right, so let's see. We got more armor to put on this thing, on this Buster. As I said, this is the artillery Gundam. It's not meant to interact with people. It doesn't have like a beam katana or anything like that, or like a whip or a sword or any kind of thing, because it's just not meant. It's supposed to be close range. It's supposed to be meant to be blasting things as far and wide as possible. That is its goal. So I don't know. I'm digging it. I like this kit. A5. All right. Yeah, if there's anything you want to hear, and I don't have a lot of E3 predictions. I have thoughts. I have stuff that I think like the bigger things will get covered. Really well, and I don't know. I could see there being a new revision of a console coming up. I don't think there's going to be new console talk. I think that's next year is new console talk, but we'll get some games that people have leaked, and we'll get some games that people survive the leaks, which would be good. Good for them. If good luck if you can do it. Um, yeah, I think that there's some good gaming on the horizon, so it'll be interesting to see for sure. All right. All right, time to put this piece on here. Oops, nope. All right. Pretty cool. Do the same thing on the other side. All right. And So you need to put some legs on this thing. Oops. God damn it. Not thrilled with this, as mentioned. This ankle thing. I feel like it's going to come off a bunch while I'm building. While I'm just like moving the kit. I feel like these ankle pieces are going to pop off because I can't figure out exactly how to get them exactly where I want them and have them be attached to the leg as well. It's weird. It's pretty weird. All right. Oh, I missed something. I, on occasion, will just, miss some steps. That is my way. So I'm going to try to fix that now. Got ahead of myself. All right. I may have asked this before. Have you seen any Dragon Ball Super? Jim, yes. So I did. I was kind of waiting for it to wrap up because I would watch it in chunks and then kind of wait a bit and then watch more of it. But yeah, I watched the whole thing. I thought some of it was really strong. I think it ended the way it had to end. Um, uh, I think there was no other conclusion to that story, but it was a little unsatisfactory. Oh, let's be real. But overall, uh, there was more great Saiyaman stuff, and when there's great Saiyaman stuff, your boy Pat is a happy boy because I am part of the minority that thought teenage life in the big city, trying to be a superhero and then keep it from your new friends, but you are just so bad at doing that. Gohan was awesome. I think flying on Nimbus to school because you think it's less weird than being a man that can fly is such a silly, stupid thing. I loved it so much. Really did dig that series. Some parts of that. All right. So I need A, G. And I think the tournament was. I mean, the tournament stuff was good. Could have been better, but it was solid. Um, yeah, overall, I did enjoy Dragon Ball Super. Um, yeah, we'll say that. We'll leave it at that. Uh, that was great. Kind of a weak start. Yeah, it did take a little while to get good. Um, so the Hollow, there's the thing about uh, Darling and the Frax that you need to know is the kids are right. The kids are being fucked over by the people they're there to save. And as the series goes on, it does get better. I've slowly been watching here and there. I don't really talk about it too much because um, it's such a horny show, but most of the time the horniness is not the characters themselves. It is the artists or it is for the viewer. It is not for the characters themselves. Uh, but the big thing about um, so they're not gender abolitionists that stop the wedding. They stop the wedding because the people who got married shouldn't care about marriage. They shouldn't care about anything. They stop the wedding because they don't want these kids to have romantic feelings for one another. They want them to be vessels for these machines that fight the bad guys. which they're the reason the bad guys are fighting them. They fucked up, and they don't even know they fucked up. Some of them don't even know why they're fighting. So it's not just like couples shouldn't be together. It's these kids shouldn't consider themselves to be real, fully fledged humans. Like, they're basically like, you don't deserve love. You're tools. And then it's overtly sexual and weird in places, and it's there are parts of it are just like very strange and put together very weirdly. And like I said, there are parts where I'm like, I am unsure of if I'm supposed to, if I want to keep rooting for these characters or not. Um, but yeah, I think that that's. I mean, I don't like the show. I don't love the show. I think it's gotten better as the storyline stuff kind of continued. Um, but I do think that it is interesting in that it like as it goes. It took a while to get there, but as it goes, like yeah, this group thinks they think they're doing the right thing, and they're fuckers, but they really do think that they are making like the smart choices and making the necessary choices. And it's that thing where like I don't think that they think they're villains, but they are clearly really fucking things up. Yeah, and there's like stolen memory stuff, and there's a whole lot of other things in this thing as well that I'm not like here to get into. But overall, there are some good things about it. It's just not necessarily a great show as far as I'm concerned. There are probably better shows out there to watch than Darling in the Franxx. I mean, the art I think is cool. I think the art style looks really good, but of course it does. It's like it's these folks have a pedigree for like making quality quality video stuff. So of course they made something that looks real good. That's their deal. Okay, so I need I8, I6, more armor on. See, I'm slipping a little bit. I skipped two whole steps, and then then I was like, why won't this fit together? I was like, oh, it can't fit together. I didn't actually do all of the work. Yeah, but I think like overall, there's just I know that there's a couple other shows that people are really into that they thought that I would like that I haven't really been interested in. This is overall this season is just a couple shows that I'm into. Like I said, I did catch up on My Hero Academia. Um, I am caught up on Food Wars. Uh, there are things to like about both those shows right now that I'm interested in. But overall, I'm not like as psyched as I have been other uh, seasons. Yeah, but yeah. I mean, so this will say, like I said, I'm watching Absolute Duo again. I got the Blu-rays because I never finished it, and like it's one of those shows that, like I said, I like it. I don't love it. The minor characters are all really good, and that goes a long way for me. There's one dude that's like really strong, and as of right now, has not said any words. He just grunted and posed, uh, and I really like that. This world full of like, I've got something to say, and I'm doing this for these reasons, and this guy is just like pose, muscular pose. I don't know. I'm pretty into that. All right, let's try to get these on here. Got some time left in the stream for me to get these pieces on. that. And hmm. Oh. Did you say before that you like Full Metal Panic? Yes, I do like that show. I think it's fun. Um, I am not super into parody in anime. I think that often I'd rather see a interesting take on a genre rather than a parody of said genre. But I do think that Full Metal Panic is a solid show. Um, but yeah, I mean my general feeling on on shows is like I'd rather see someone's interesting take on the genre rather than like we're finally going to send up this style of thing. Um, yeah, yeah, I'd much rather them be like this is our take on the overpowered fighting anime genre, like Gintama. Like Gintama, there's too much of it, and like some of it's stupid as hell. So I've like really not watched all of it. But overall, like there's definitely something really interesting about this kind of like funny anime, like the idea of doing a throwback series that is like it's a samurai show set in the future after aliens conquered the earth, but also every like it's a samurai show where not everyone but most people know anime tropes about samurai shows. It breaks the fourth wall in some places and it's like too aware sometimes, but it's like I don't know. There's something charming about that show. I haven't watched all of it or anything, but there's something about it that interests me. I haven't seen the new season of Full Metal Panic. No, I haven't seen any of it or the new season. That is out. That has not been on my radar. All right, so this is an almost completed leg. Gotta finish this ankle piece. I bet if I looked online, people were talking shit about this ankle piece because it's not great. There's either a trick to it, or I'm doing it wrong, or it's bad. But my gut is telling me that it's bad. So I'm just trying to get this attached right now as fast as possible, as cleanly as possible, so I can move on with my life. All right, almost done. Got to put this piece here. What's supposed to put this piece here? Great. One leg done. Let's do the other one. Oh, it's I didn't know it was a continuation. That surprised me as well. That's kind of cool. I don't hate that. Uh, yeah. All right. So we'll put this on there, and then this goes on here, and we're gonna wrap up in a minute or two. I'll probably wrap up a couple minutes early because I'm getting a little sleepy and running out of things to say. I'm gonna finish off. I'm gonna attach this as best I can, and then I'm going to add in the last thing I gotta do, which is pieces that need to attach to, so I can attach the legs to the body. And we'll do that right now in just a moment. Oops. But yeah, we're gonna wrap up in a minute or two here, because as I said, I'm getting a little tired and running out of things to talk about. And all right. Okay. All right, let's finish this up for now. I need E and D. Almost done with D's here, huh? All right, D5 and D5. Moving along with this kit. There's going to be a lot of weapon stuff to build, a lot of big guns here, but we're sailing through as we are close to finishing up the legs. We're almost done with the legs here. We'll finish that up in a moment. Da, da, da. 22 and 23. Okay, so that's 22 and 23. Oops. Oh no. It happened. I found it. Don't worry about it. Nobody freak out. The one piece I dropped today, but luckily easy to find. Caught it right away. Whew, that freaked me out though. See, that's what happens towards the end of the stream. I get sloppy. Start making cuts without holding the piece, so it flies all over the place. Rookie stuff. Gotta breathe. Take it slow. Do it right the first time. And we go. But yeah, I've started to notice that the obviously hour and a half isn't my limit, but it is. After that hour and a half, I do find myself kind of getting slowed down a little bit, and keeping up with conversations and keeping things moving and doing all that stuff. But I am having fun doing it, and I will do it again on Thursday. Will be the next stream next Thursday at what do you call it? At 9 p.m. Eastern time. Hopefully, it will not interfere with other people streaming that we want to see, or a few of you. That's not something you care about anyway. That enough people will watch. That'll be good. And otherwise, it'll be 2 hours to go to 11 o'clock, because that's how we do things now. Because it's my birthday month. If you haven't picked up anything on my Amazon wish list and you'd like to, you're more than welcome to do that. It's linked in the show description. I mentioned in the chat before. Thank you for watching. If you're just following, if you're not a subscriber, consider subscribing, or consider turning on your notifications so you get an email every time I go live on a stream. Because I don't, because they don't do that right now by default. You gotta tell them, hey, when's this thing on? But yeah, we're gonna build our waist next and do the lower body, and then we'll build our weapons. I imagine we will. If we don't finish this on Thursday, we'll get very close to finishing it. But that's gonna do it today. So thanks for joining me. You've been a cool crew here on a Saturday, and I want to thank you for that. And I will. I'll see you on Thursday for another Build with Baer workshop. Thank you so much, and have a great rest of your weekend. Bye-bye.